Today on Last Blocks, we are going to finish the Brightly pattern. This is one of those patterns that when I saw it come across my Pinterest feed that I absolutely fell in love with. And then, so I pinned it, and then when it showed up in my favorite quilt store, I thought, wait a minute. I was thinking that the pattern was already out. I love the fabric, I love the pattern, but I pinned it thinking one day I'll get to it, right? I'm sure you have plenty of those quilts in your stash or pinned. And so, of course, I had to pick it up because I wanted to make it, and I wanted to do it with the fabric that was on the front of the picture, and I wanted to get it done. But things don't always work out that way. It has now been a good 1.5 years since the quilt pattern came out, and I'm finally getting around to finishing it. Though I would like to point out that I didn't start it until earlier this month. So we are going to put the last blocks together on the Brightly pattern. This is a Cluck Cluck sew pattern. The fabric that I'm using is Backyard Blooms, also by Cluck Cluck Sew, and it is a layer cake pattern. Layer cakes are my favorite to work with. The fabric goes a long ways, and so when I come across a pattern that is a layer cake, I usually grab it and find a favorite layer cake. So this consists of 2 different blocks. This block is the chain block, or whatever you want to call it, something similar. Okay, and then the other blocks are the star block. Star block, you put your squares in the corner. Super easy to cut out. There's lots of 2.5-inch squares, lots of 4.5-inch squares. And that once you get your layer cake all cut up, it's quick and easy, and then of course you add a little bit of background and it looks really cool. So what you'll end up doing is it's a every other one. So you'll do chain, star, chain, star, chain, and then on the next row it will be star, chain, star, chain, star. So you have this chain that goes through with stars. Super fun, and it comes out and it's super quick. So today we are going to do one of each block, put it all together, and then I will have another quilt top done. I have put together a couple of double squares. I need 4 double squares for this block. Let me show you this one again. Okay. Double squares. If you have directional fabric like some of these are, there's words, there's chickens. Is there anything else? Nope, those are the main 2 things. Words and chickens. You can do directional, make sure they're going the right direction. You don't have to. It'll look good either way. I'm a little OCD. Mine will all make sure they go the same way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the 2 squares together with a strip of background. Make those 4, lay it out, and then we're gonna sew them in rows and sew the rows together to create one last of these blocks. Okay, we are all done with this block, our last one of our chain quilt blocks. So now we have 15 of these ones. And now it is time to move on to our star block. So what we're gonna do actually is we are doing the stitch and flip method on this, or you might call it snowball. What we're doing is we're putting, you have a white background square, you put the square on the corner, you're gonna then sew from corner to corner, trim it off, iron it back, and you'll end up with the two legs of the star. Okay, the other thing we're gonna do, so that's what we're gonna tackle first. I have red squares. I have half of these already made, but we're gonna put on the other half. The other thing we're gonna do is do the corner blocks. Now, if you'll look, each of them have a color in the corner and one below it, and then a background fabric to the inside. Okay. Now, you don't have to do it like that. It doesn't really matter if the strip goes this way or this way, but I made mine all mirror each other. So here you have the strip here with the block on the bottom, strip here, block on the top. So I have already my corners with the colored, oh, yep. This is gonna be a bottom one because of where my directional fabric is. So you have the colored one and the white one. I just need to sew the strip on this. So I'm gonna do these ones, put these ones together, show my corner blocks together, and do my star points. And I will be right back and we'll get this block put together. Okay, now that we have the second leg on our stars, we are going to put middle piece, star legs around each edge. I think I'm gonna actually trim these real quick so that they're nice 4.5-inch squares. Trimming helps make sure that your blocks go better, and at the end, your end result will come out a lot cleaner if you make sure that your things are all squared up. Your smaller pieces are all squared up. So these should be 4.5 square, these should be 4.5 square. And then I'm going to take my corner pieces. We're gonna stick one in each corner, just like that. And then sew them in rows, sew the rows together, and I'll be back when everything's all ready to go. And there you have it. You have your last block for the Brightly quilt. We now have 15 stars with the cornerstones and 15 chain blocks. It's time to lay it out, put it all together. It's just gonna go every other block. Chain, star, chain, star, chain. And then on the next one, star, chain, star, chain, star. We're gonna sew it into rows. Sew the rows together, just kind of like an extended version of how we put all these blocks together, and then we will have a quilt top all done. There you go, it's all finished. Here is my Brightly quilt, all finished, all ready to go on the long arm. Once again, this is Backyard Blooms by Cluck Cluck Sew, and the pattern is Brightly by Cluck Cluck.
Okay, I just wanted you to see my finished product.
it's all done. It's been a couple years since I filmed that originally, and here it is. We've got our chickens, we've got our flowers, we've got a beautiful quilt all put together. Let me show you what I did on the back. I put a navy on the back. I did some flowers and some loop-de-loops for the quilting, and then I used thatched for my binding. Super easy, super fast. I would definitely recommend this. And of course, it's a layer cake pattern, so I love it. Let me show you how much I love this quilt. Cluck Cluck Sew put out a couple different patterns that instead of the star, you have a few different things. So here is my pumpkins. These are for my Halloween quilt. I'm using, well, let's get these right side up. I am using Little Witch for this one, and I'm super excited. So I will show you that finished product next week. And I already have a layer cake picked out for the Christmas tree version. So in a couple of months, I'll show you that one as well. I hope you have a great week and happy sewing.